Hi friends, this lesson is for Module 1, Lesson 27. Our learning goal for today says, I can use counting on or counting back on a number path. Now yesterday we talked about number paths. Remember, it's kind of like a board game where you start at 1 and you can go up to 10 or you go even higher than that. And you use it to help you keep organized in your math. Now, the thing about being really good at math is math has a lot of rules that you can follow. If you do this, then you do this. If you do this, then you do this. But that doesn't really make you good at math. What makes you good and really strong at math is that you can think your way through a problem. Sometimes when we see a problem and it's 6 plus 3, we think, okay, I need to do this so I can do this so I can get the answer. But someone who's really strong in math knows that they can take all of the rules that they learned and do what's best for them. I always tell my students, make the numbers work for you. So today we're going to talk about making those numbers work for you by using a number path. Let me show you what I mean. Here's our number path. Now today we have a choice. When we're adding or subtracting, we can either count on. Now when you're counting on, you're going this way on the number line. You're starting at a smaller number and you're counting on or counting up to a bigger number. Your other choice would be to count back. When you're counting back, you're going backwards. You're starting at a bigger number and you're moving backwards, counting backwards to a smaller number. So today we're going to be thinking, what's the best way to solve this problem? Is it by counting on or counting back? And we're not going to let subtraction signs or addition signs tell us what we need to do. We're going to use our good thinking to figure that out. Let's try it. Okay, so here we go. I see the problem 9 minus 8 equals something. I have no idea. I'm going to right away think about my favorite math tool, which is a number bond, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and fill my number bond in. You know what? I'm going to have you do it with me. Can you press pause and get a dry erase board and a marker and press play when you're ready? Okay, perfect. Do you have your empty number bond just like I do? Excellent. Can you go ahead and put in 9 minus 8 into that number bond? Where would the 9 go? Where would the 8 go? All right, you ready? So I know 9 is the whole amount. So he's going to go where, friend? Ding, 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 right on top. 8 is one of the parts. 8 is a part of 9. So he's going to go right there. Excellent. How'd you do? I love it. All right, so okay, now I'm looking at this subtraction problem, and to me, subtraction's taken away, so that makes me think I should probably count backwards. Now watch what happens when I get my number path and I try to count backwards. If I'm going to count backwards, I'm going to start at the bigger number. So I'll start at 9, and then I have to count back the part that I know. What's the part that I know for this problem, friend? Yeah, 8. So let's count back 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew, what a lolly. That was a lot of jumping. All right, where did we end up? Excellent, we did. We ended up at 1. So the answer is 1 would be the other part. So my answer would be 9 minus 8 equals 1. That's how I could solve that problem written exactly how it is with counting back. But here's the deal. I don't know if counting back was the best way to solve this problem. I mean, it worked. It totally worked. But was it efficient? Was it fast and easy? You know, I know a lot about number bonds. Do you? You do. We know a lot about whole amounts and parts. So let's be a little wild and let's use our good thinking to solve this problem a different way. If I see 9 minus 8 equals something, I don't know. I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to fill in my number bond. But this time, I'm going to think about what I know about number bonds. Subtracting and counting back seem to take quite a long time. I'm going to try to count on this time. Because when I count on, I know that I'm adding parts together. It would be 8 plus something equals 9 this time. All right, so let's try that on our number path instead. This time, I'm going to start with the smaller number, or the part, 8, and I'm going to count up to the whole amount. 8, 9. Stop. What do you notice? Yeah, I only had to make one jump. The answer is 1. 8 plus 1 equals 9. That's the other part. And guess what? That also means 9 minus 8 is 1. Now here's the deal. If I'm sitting there thinking with my good brain, and I'm thinking I had to count back and I had to do all those wild jumps, but then I counted on and I only had to do one little jump, which one's going to be the most efficient? Which one's going to be the fastest? The one that I should probably choose? I have to make an or decision, counting back or counting on. Which one would you pick, friend? Go ahead and tap it. Yeah, I would do counting on as well. That's because I know a lot about number bonds. I know how numbers are connected to one another, about parts and whole amounts. So even if it says I have to do a subtraction problem, I'm the boss. If I want to change it into an addition problem, I can. I just need to rewrite it showing what the unknown is that I'm looking for. All right, go ahead and erase your board. Now here we go. I know that you do not have a number path with you. If you do, great, but if you don't, I want you to just think about what would you do. I have 10 minus 1. Now are you going to, let's go ahead and fill this into our number bond. 10 minus 1. Well, which one is the whole amount, friend? Yeah, 10 is the whole amount. And that makes one perfect, a part. Now here's my number path. You don't even need a marker or a pencil or anything, but if you want to, you could get your marker and write right on your iPad. You could practice doing this on the number line right on your screen. You don't have to though, because you can use just your finger to tap it. Now let's try counting on. If I'm going to count on, I'm going to start at 1. So I'd start way down here, and I'd count on. I'd start at the smaller number and count on to the big number. Look at all the jumps I have to do to get up to 10. Whew, goodness gracious, that was a lot. If I count back, I'm going to start at the bigger number and subtract or go back the smaller number. Boom. Which one is more effective? Counting on, starting at the smaller number and counting on to the whole amount, or counting back, starting at the whole amount and counting back the part? Which one would you choose? Yeah, I totally agree. I would totally count back. Look I just had to do one little jump backwards. So my answer is 9. 9 would be the other part. In this case, counting back made the most sense. What do you think about this problem? 7 minus 5 equals something. I don't know. Let me fill it into my number bond. Okay, 7's the whole amount, 5 is a part. Here is my number path. Now what would you do, friend? Would you count on or would you count back? I want you to try to figure out which one would you do. Press pause while you think about it. Press play when you're ready to tell me. Okay, did you work out the different options in your brain? All right, so if I counted on, where would I start? Yes, I would start at one of the parts. I would start at 5 and count on until I got up to the whole amount, or 7. Okay, so 5, 6, 7. All right, that doesn't seem that bad. That might be a good option. If I was going to count back, where would I start? Yeah, I'm going to start at the whole amount that I know, and I'm going to count back the part that I know. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's too many jumps for me. Too many. All right, so I'm going to go with counting on for this one. Is that what you went with? Perfect. I started at 7. Oh, sorry. I started at 5, and I counted up to 7 with my good jumps. What's my answer, friend? Perfect. 2. 2 was the missing part. Now, here's the deal. If you're going to count on, you need to write an addition sentence that goes along with it. You can't just count on and then not change the problem because you made the numbers work for you instead of you working for the numbers. So let's see. I would have to write 5 plus something equals 7. And then the unknown that I looked for was 2. Our learning goal for today says I can use counting on or counting back on a number path. And it's up to you, friend. Which one works best for you? Counting on or counting back? Which one makes the most sense for the problem? Now, here's the deal. Just for the record, if you count on or count back, yeah, you're for sure going to get the right answer as long as you go slow and you're very organized and you take your time. You're definitely going to get the right answer. Sometimes doing math isn't about just finding the right answer. It's about how you're solving the problem. How are you using what you know to be the most efficient? All right? So today when you're doing your practice set, I want you to think about, am I being efficient? Which one would I do? Which one seems to make the most sense? Counting on or counting back? Good luck, friends.